bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. We're going to do a show today, which is Friday, because we are not going to have the opportunity to do a show on Saturday. So we're going to do our preview show for the Cardinals game now, and then we'll also come back, of course, on Sunday afternoon with our recap show. But one last house cleaning chore again. A lot of people still saying they're not getting notifications when our videos launch. Make sure that you go to one of our videos, look at the bell on the bottom right-hand corner, click on the bell, and make sure that it is selected for all. And that will give you all notifications from our channel. Sometimes, I don't know, by default, YouTube has been changing it. I don't know why. Couldn't tell you. I don't work for YouTube. But just make sure that's clicked for all, and then you should get all notifications for Online Big Blue and the New York Football Giants. So let's get into the game on Sunday. I am having mixed emotions about this game. It's interesting that an article came out yesterday that the players on the Seattle Seahawks basically said they took the Giants too lightly and they took them for granted. And that's one of the reasons why the game went the way it went. And I think about this and I say, are we as Giant fans doing kind of the same thing for the Arizona Cardinals? Because you listen to sports talk radio, you look at Twitter and all this, you hear, well, the Giants have a much better coaching staff than the Cardinals. Well, right now the Cardinals have a better record than the Giants. You may not like Cliff Kingsbury about what he does, but he does have a winning record, and he is. I mean, yes, they've lost 4 of the last 5, but I can't sit there and say that they have a better coaching staff than the Giants have. And I worry about this game. I should rephrase this right now. I think the Giants are going to win, but I say this with trepidation. I think the Giants will win this game 21-20, but I would not be shocked if the score went the opposite way. And here are the couple of reasons why. The Cardinals' defense, their defensive line is starting to finally get healthy. I know most people will sit there and tell me, well, Tim, they are 23rd against the run over the last 3 weeks. Well, you know what's funny? Everyone in the NFL, including the Cardinals, know that the Giants are going to establish the run because that's what they've been doing the last 7 weeks. So it's not going to be a surprise to the Cardinals that the Giants can, line up in, I formation and try to run it down their throats. They're not going to be shocked by that. They're not going to sit there and go, oh my God, I never even thought they would even think about doing that. No, they know what the Giants' game plan is going to be. Either if it's Colt McCoy or Daniel Jones, the Giants are going to try to establish the run. And the defensive line right now is starting to get healthy again for the Cardinals. 2 of their guys should be back. Or actually, I think 3 will be back this week. So, I personally think the Giants' line right now is gelling. And I think we will be able to move the pile at will when we want to. But if the Cardinals stack the box and stop the run and dare us to throw, are we going to have the ability to throw if it's either Daniel Jones or Colt McCoy? Now, yes, Daniel Jones, and I've said this before because people are like, you're a Daniel Jones hater. You pick out all the negatives. You don't see anything good. And I've said it a million times. Daniel Jones lovers will never see his flaws, and Daniel Jones haters will never acknowledge his attributes, his good attributes. And I'm not a hater or a lover. I'm a guy that just makes YouTube videos. And here's the problem I have. If they stack the box and force us to throw, I have 2 problems. One, if it's Colt McCoy, will Colt McCoy be able to make the plays? It's not like and I've said this before, I thought Colt McCoy was the right guy for one game. I don't think he's the right guy for the long haul. Will he be able to make those throws? And then in turn, if Daniel Jones plays, will he be able to stay off the turnover column? And I think that's the biggest issue I have with this game. Will Daniel Jones revert to his turnover ways? He's only had a couple games in a row, 3 games in a row without turnovers. And people are like, oh my God, he's playing so wonderful. No, if you statistically look at how he's playing average at best, but he's not turning the ball over, and we're winning with defense and rushing the ball. Same thing we did with Colt McCoy. But the problem is Colt McCoy did not turn the ball over in a inopportune time. Yes, the pass to Evan Ingram had a little bit of mustard on it. Maybe you don't need to throw it that hard into the middle of the field, but Evan Ingram should have caught the ball. I blame that on Colt and Evan. I give that to both guys. But he's smart enough not to make the mistakes, but he does not have Daniel Jones' big playability. That's all there is to it. So the question is going to be, if it's Colt, can he make the plays? And if it's Daniel Jones, can he stay out of the turnover column? Now, the good thing, well, it's not a good thing for the Cardinals. The Cardinals have added some guys to the injury list. DeAndre Hopkins is now questionable for Sunday. I think he'll play. Isaiah Simmons is also questionable. He's got a neck and a back injury. I think DeAndre Hopkins, his back and neck injury are non-football related. I don't know off the top of my head. Kenyon Drake, of course, has also got a hip injury. He was limited in practice on Thursday. Giants are, Blake Martinez, he did not practice at all. He was limited did not practice on Thursday. Wednesday was limited on Thursday. He is someone that we are going to need in that middle of that defense. Matt from Connecticut, he was also limited again. Darnay Holmes is dealing with a knee injury. And of course, Dan Jones has the hamstring. Amandre Harper did not practice at all because of a knee on Wednesday and Thursday. Boy, Amandre Harper kind of turned out to be a nothing burger. He hasn't played any defensive snaps in a while, a couple games. He's been on special teams, I'll give him that, but that was a guy that Joe Judge plucked off the Raiders roster, and he was going to make the team and do it. I love seeing all the things on Twitter, and he's going to make the team, and he's going to do this, and I'm like, can we just let the guy report to camp first? Can we just get him in? Can we just get him in the building before we decide he's going to do all these wonderful things? I always hope players do wonderful things, but I think sometimes we have aspirations for players that are a little more lofty than their actual physical abilities. And then let's just get back to the Cardinals, though. The Cardinals right now, I don't know if Kyler Murray is still nursing an injury with that shoulder. I don't know if he's 100%, but he is an impact factor. And I've said this before, for the Giants too, I do not think – here's the problem with Kyler Murray. Everyone's like, well, we beat Russell Wilson and we contained him and he's a running quarterback. No, Russell Wilson is not the quarterback in reference to rushing that he was 5 years ago. Kyler Murray is a special runner. He's that can of slime that you got when you were a kid, or maybe that us old people got as kids. You kind of take the slime out, you put it in your hand, you squeeze it, and it just goes all over the place. That's what Kyler Murray is. He squeezes. He's just going to go left. He's going to go right. He throws at different angles. I am a Kyler Murray fan. 100% admit it. I have a Kyler Murray jersey. 100% admit it. And I'm a fan because of his talent. And that's what scares me about his ability. He can break open the game not only with his arm, but with his legs and his ability to extend the plays. So the Giants are going to need to make sure they hold their assignments on defense for an extended period of time, especially in coverage if they're man-to-man, or something bad is going to happen. Now, I have a feeling there will be at least one play that will be a play that will break down and Kyler will do something and it'll be a touchdown. Now, the thing is for the Giants, we have to make sure that we stop that from happening more than once. I will allow it one time, because if you allow it one time and that's it, we're going to win the game. But if we make multiple mistakes in coverage because Kyler is moving around too much, we're going to lose the game. I personally predict that we will win the game 21-20. I'm not sure I don't think anyone's 100% sure if Daniel Jones is going to play, and I'm not sure 100% if anyone knows how well he will play if he's on the field. That's something we're just going to have to we're just going to have to wait and see and kind of take a better look at. We'll have a better idea. Of course, you may not know about Daniel Jones till a game time decision. There's going to be some gamesmanship, I think, with Joe Judge kind of just hanging out there and saying, hey, we're not going to tell you anything. But the keys to victory are going to be the Giants are going to need to run the ball. They are going to need to maintain their assignments on defense in regards to man-to-man coverage. let's not fall in too much into this soft zone because of the fact that I think players like Larry Fitzgerald are smart enough to know how to work against that zone, which I think would be detrimental to us. Basically containing Kyler Murray, making sure that he does not have more than one big broken play, establishing the run on our end, which hopefully will set up the play action because we need to get Darius Slayton involved. And if the defense can just play like they played in Seattle, it's going to be 21-20 New York Giants. I have a feeling it's going to be a close game. I got a feeling it's going to be a close game to the end. And like I said, I would not be shocked if the score flips the other way. Because I think in some ways, like Seattle did, the Giant, and I don't think it's the Giants in general, I think it's the Giant fans. They are underestimating the ability of the Arizona Cardinals and Kyler Murray. So those are the keys that we need to focus on. Hope everyone has a great weekend. We'll see you back on Sunday after the game. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could subscribe, if you could ring that bell, I think you know what that means, so that'd be awesome.